Now at 8:30, a group of Clark County teens remembers their friend a year and a half after he died in a car accident.
This morning, the New York Police Department is mourning 2 officers who were gunned down in their car.
And a pet owner accused of abusing his dogs is behind bars.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning. It's Sunday, December 21st. I'm Sean Moody.
And I'm Whitney Wetzel. Thanks so much for joining us on this chilly start to winter.
Yeah, it was one of those walk outside thinking I was going to hop in the car and go, no, time to add another few minutes to that commute, trying to scrape everything off there.
Unfortunately.
No fun. Let's check in right now with Mike Linden. He's over in the First Alert Weather Center. How's it looking, Mike?
Well, it's looking pretty foggy this morning, especially in Madison County where visibility is rather low. You can see if you compare Covington, Frankfort, Lexington, and Richmond, easily Richmond is the foggiest. Pretty hard to even see the roadway there. It's still cold, 21 degrees as we get going this morning, which could make for some slick spots on those roadways. Danville socked in, even foggier than Richmond. So again, take it easy on those roads, especially if you're traveling for the holiday out there today. Otherwise, it really is shaping up to be a nice day today. The closer we get to Christmas, the potential for more wet weather is on the rise, and that could mean a white Christmas. I'll show you the storm that I'm tracking coming up in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thank you, Mike. A group of teenagers in Clark County drove for nearly 2 hours across central Kentucky in memory of a friend they lost. 16-year-old Luis Fuentes died in a crash back in July 2013.
Last night, they rode for Luis. Those at the memorial say he's a friend they just can't forget. WKYT's Hillary Thornton is at our live desk with more on this story. Good morning, Hillary.
Good morning, Whitney and Sean. Friends remember his passion for cars, so they spent Saturday decorating their cars and driving for a couple of hours, reflecting on the life of Fuentes, a friend they say they will never forget. The group's route took them down the Mountain Parkway to the Red River Gorge. They then looped back and ended up at the site of the crash on Ironworks Road in Clark County, where the 16-year-old was killed.
I wish he was here to see this. We're out here doing this for him. Pretty sure he's up there smiling right now.
Friends say a ride like the one held last night would have been the kind of thing Fuentes would have done if he were still alive. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
All right, thank you, Hillary. The New York City Police Department is mourning the loss of 2 of its own this morning after a gunman who authorities say made online threats to police officers walked up to their cruiser and started shooting.
CBS's Wendy Gillette has the latest from Brooklyn.
Hundreds of New York City police officers saluted an ambulance carrying one of their fallen brothers as it left a Brooklyn hospital. Police say a man identified as 28-year-old Ismail Brinsley walked up to this patrol car and shot 2 officers in the head, execution style, Saturday afternoon.
They were quite simply assassinated, targeted for their uniform.
The suspect ran to a nearby subway station where he shot and killed himself. Police say Brinsley was on the run after shooting and injuring his ex-girlfriend in Baltimore Saturday morning. They believe he posted to her Instagram account just 3 hours before killing the officers. The caption reads, "I'm putting wings on pigs today. They take 1 of ours, let's take 2 of theirs. Shoot the police. R.I.P. Eric Garner. R.I.P. Mike Brown. This may be my final post." The shooting in Brooklyn's Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood happened in front of a housing project just 2 minutes after the NYPD received a fax from Baltimore police warning them that Brinsley may be headed to New York.
Every New Yorker should feel they too were attacked. Our entire city was attacked by this heinous individual.
The officers were identified as 40-year-old Rafael Ramos, who leaves behind a wife and a 13-year-old son, and 32-year-old Wenjian Liu, who was married just 2 months ago. They were on special assignment, helping to control crime in housing projects. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, Brooklyn, New York.
President Obama issued a statement early this morning condemning those killings.
Some terrifying moments for a woman and her son. Police say a man held them against their will in a car and led police on a high-speed chase. Police say it happened just before 10 o'clock Saturday morning. They say Marco Marcel Givens forced his way into the driver's seat of a woman's car and then took off with her and the child inside. Police say he wouldn't pull over for them on Roosevelt Boulevard or Georgetown Street. They say they caught up with him on Pemberton and arrested him. People who said they saw the chase said it was a wild scene.
And about a minute later, a guy comes running down the street here on Chestnut, and when he got to the corner, a couple of the cops caught him and pulled their guns on him and got him down on the ground and arrested him.
Givens faces an assault charge after police say he spit on a firefighter. Crews took Givens to the hospital before they arrested him for a minor injury. Police said they dealt with another chase Saturday morning. They say they tried to pull over 30-year-old Tyson Dixon on Emerson Drive around midnight on Saturday. They say Dixon was driving a stolen car, and they said they couldn't get him to pull over. Police said they chased him for several miles. We're told Dixon got out of the car and ran away. Officers say they eventually caught up with him and arrested him. He's charged with 5 counts of fleeing and evading, as well as multiple traffic violations.
We're continuing to track the search for a man who deputies say is missing. Yesterday afternoon, the Laurel County Sheriff's Office issued a golden alert for 71-year-old Michael Salisbury. Deputies say Salisbury and his wife got into an argument on Friday, and that's when he left the house and didn't come back. We're told he takes various medications and is a diabetic. Deputies describe him as 5'8", 250 pounds with a medium build. He has brown eyes and short gray hair. He was last seen driving a black-colored 2005 Chevy Colorado pickup truck. And in Lexington, a golden alert out for a missing girl ended with a big sigh of relief. Early yesterday morning, Lexington police issued a golden alert for 10-year-old Summer Barnett. Investigators believe she walked out of her house between midnight and 3 o'clock. Police say she wandered about a mile from her home on Winston Avenue and ended up inside of another woman's house down that street. That neighbor found her around 9 o'clock that morning.
It was 3:35 when I heard the doorbell the first time, and then it rang again. First thing she did when she came in, she sat down and grabbed the dog. So the dog, you know, I think kind of calmed her a little bit. But anyway, she had her cocoa, and then the fire department took her.
Now, Summer was reunited with her family later that morning, as you can see there. They say it is the second time that she's wandered away from home. Certainly glad for that outcome, though.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for much of a better ending than that, and good for that neighbor for knowing what to do and taking care of her. Yeah.